Yeah, huh?
Oh, it does. Word. I bought some musk from Sebastian.
Wrapped musk and painted eyes, right here. Help! Someone's been killed! I think I'm gonna be sick. I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but this... If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
Sorry. Just spooked me, was all.
Not much I can do for this guy.
you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial Age Mammoths. I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's making such a fuss about you? But what are you doing on Monarch? Ha! Maybe we're not so isolated as I thought. So, what can I do for you? Graham's always filling the airwaves with this propaganda. Like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch. Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth. They were pretty distinct. Monarch doesn't exactly have a thriving dental industry, and Isaac seemed to get stuck in all sorts of... Sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch by the liter, I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance. Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time a Cyclops steals, a worker earns his meals.
What are you talking about?
Something else like... Anyone who spends it, and I don't... Anyone who's rid us... Not since Amber... Bunch of marauders broke into the executive com... I thought everyone knew.
Ma'am, please, I need your help. I can pay. Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
It's more dissolving than melting.
That is not helpful. Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the woman to... He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him.
Oh, law, Captain.
Please. He's been pining for an adventure. I warned him. A raptidon would snap. He should have listened to it. Thank you. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley.
Beat it. Beat it.
Hey! What are you doing here? Berta already pissed by those crates to market. Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has, and not that it's I don't think so.
Incoming!
Help here!
Don't quit on us! Nail them, Captain!
Miss Ellie, Dr. Finhill. I notice your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Well, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully? You might be due for a new spring. I could take a look, maybe fix it for you.
Sure. I'm short on bits at the moment, but I'll pay you back.
Oh, no. I mean, it don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here, even.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today? You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him I still don't know anything about it. But I'll warn you.
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even? Not that I got any prior experience with such.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid. Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or a mantis. So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little...
He's sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. I couldn't. Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slow. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower...
Good to have standards, I guess.
I know what I'm looking for. Not in Stellar Bay. Everyone else who isn't taken. Besides, a man with a good smile and a... You think that's what I'm looking for? Sorry.
Well, new... Celia, didn't I tell you our new
That...
How can yield improvements of 26...
You've up...
Clear my schedule. Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself? Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil. But if you're here for him, I suppose that... Now, there's no need to humor.
Seems like you're having a rough...
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional... I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing... Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch... Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations.
Exactly what I would have said, if I...
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid...
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather
On our terms, mind you.
Ingenious plan? Don't...
What a charmingly roguish turn of phrase.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't...
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first... Not long, but and the salient detail here is if you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the...
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Why, one of the strongest...
Never realized if I...
It is quite the rush. In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had... Saying what? That's just what it's called. It's supposed to stand... Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. What can I do for... I see. He's not the brightest of...
That's not what...
Still, I had him posted on the landing pad in hopes that he'd stay out of everyone. Then it's good that I keep... I've asked myself the same thing many times. It's true, the board has treated... For many years, this planet was... Really? I always thought they were
Here, though, the result...
And as the other corporation... MSI's leadership... But there were others of... It's humane. But it's also...
I hope you'd treat them nice, whether it was good business...
Like that's what you saw in Edgewater?
A noble thought, Miss Holcomb. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire... Creating the perfect environment... That's what I thought. But the senior executives laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be... Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive...
Must have pissed off some real big suits to get...
On the contrary, I wrote lots of very... I moved forward with our planned reforms, as yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages. I don't think I realized. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules. And yet, I do think there's something useful in a governing body. What can I do for you?
MSI keeps the fishery running and the walls intact.
I hope your being here means the board is loosening their restrictions.
We're not the best equipped, but scouting for rats keeps us on our toes.
You take real good care of your pistol, Dr. Fenhill.
I oughta. It's kept me alive this long.
I mean, you tricked...
Reminds me of the crew cabin on one of my first ships.
You reckon the smell ever goes away? Maybe the wind off the sea helps.